What is thought? Why human beings live on thought? Why thought has brought about such chaos in the world? War, lack of relationship with each other, the great capacity of thought with its extraordinary energy. And also what thought has done through millions of years, bringing sorrow for mankind. Please observe this together. Let's examine it together. Don't let's oppose what the speaker is saying, but let's examine it, what he's saying, together so that we understand what is actually happening to all of our human beings. We are destroying ourselves. So we have to go very carefully into the question of thought. Thought is the response of memory. Memory is not only the remembrance of things past, but also thought which projects itself as hope in the future. So thought is response of memory. Memory is knowledge. Knowledge is experience. That is, there is experience. From experience there is knowledge. From knowledge there is memory or remembrance. And from memory you act. So from that action you learn, which is further knowledge. So we live in this cycle: experience, knowledge, memory, thought, action. In this cycle human beings live, always living within the field of knowledge. I hope this is not boring you. If you're bored, I'm sorry. If you want something romantic, sentimental, something that pleases you, I hope you won't listen there. But what we're talking about is very serious. It's not something for the weekend, for a casual listening. Because we are concerned with the radical change of human consciousness. So we have to think about all this. Look together. See if it is possible. Why? Human beings who have lived on this earth for so many million years are still as we are. We may have advanced technologically, better communication, better transportation, hygiene, and so on. But inwardly, we are the same, more or less. Unhappy, uncertain, lonely, carrying the burden of sorrow endlessly. And any serious man confronted with this challenge must respond. He can't take it casually, turn his back on it. That's why this meeting and tomorrow morning meeting is very, very serious. Because we have to apply our minds and our hearts to find out if it is possible to radically bring about a mutation in our consciousness, and therefore in our action and behavior. So as we were saying, Thought is born of experience, knowledge. And so there is nothing whatsoever sacred about thought. It is materialistic. It is a process of matter, thinking. And we have relied on that, on thought, to solve all our problems, political, religious, relationship, and so on. And our brains, our minds are conditioned, educated to solve problems. Thought has created the problem, and then our brains, our mind are trained to solve problems. If you have an engineering problem, you solve it. A problem of disease, one solves it. And so on. Our minds are trained to solve problems. These problems are created by thought, psychologically, inwardly. You follow what is happening? Thought creates the problem, psychologically, and the mind is trained to solve problems. So, thought creating the problem, thought then tries to solve the problem. So, it is caught in the same old process, a routine. So, problems are becoming more and more complex, more and more insoluble. So, we must find, if it is at all possible, if there is a different way of approaching this life. Not through thought, because thought has not solved our problems. On the contrary, thought has brought about greater complexity. We must find, if it is possible, or if it is not possible, if there is a different dimension, a different approach to life altogether. And that's why it's important to understand the nature of thought, nature of our thinking. Our thinking is based on remembrance. Remembrance of things past, which is thinking about what happened a week ago, thinking about it modified in the present and projected into the future. This is the movement of our life, which is an actuality. So, knowledge has become all important for us. But knowledge is never complete. Knowledge is about anything is still incomplete, will always be incomplete. Therefore, knowledge always goes with ignorance. Knowledge always lives within the shadow of ignorance. That's a fact.